ladies and gentlemen, table is set, the meal is prepared. It's time to sit down and indulge in an episode of the Veggie Bake. What's going on, guys? Yeah, back at it again with another Veggie Bake. Missed an episode last week, but we're back at it. Ned, how you doing, homie?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. Yeah, we did miss an episode last week. Just time constraints and stuff like that.
Shit happens, you know.
That's it. We've been going on hard, so we also needed a bit of a break anyway.
We did. Boom. How you doing, homie?
Not too bad, boys. How are you?
Yeah, fucking, you know, pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking
That's the
good.
way. That's the way.
Busy week for the people that make Call of Duty. Ned.
It sure has been.
Grim, I don't know if you're a big Warzone player ever.
Oh, I've
You have a dabble?
Never really
Dabble?
played COD at all, to be honest with you.
Well, Warzone is like a battle royale version, so it's like 150 players on a map, and you work your way to being like the last team.
Yeah. I played a little bit of it with Guernsey once.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just don't. I can't really get into them games for some reason.
It was just the time period that it came out. Like, it dropped pretty much right around the time that the pandemic started.
Yeah.
So, like, it was really this way that everybody could still sort of stay connected and hang out kind of thing consistently.
Yeah.
And I think that's, you know, it was probably like a major part of its popularity. Like, I'm sure you've seen all of those videos that were coming up, like when just before Modern Warfare 2 dropped, there were all those like set to like, you know, like sad piano music and
Oh,
all just
yeah.
like clips from Warzone of like, thanks for the memories.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, like I kind of get that sentiment a little bit. Like, it was kind of nice just having that place to be able to just sit down, chuck your headphones on and just sort of talk shit.
I did enjoy it too. It was a good couple of years. Like, it was like the game to play, really. They just brought out a new one. Came out this morning.
Yeah.
Warzone 2.
How you feel?
It's got a little bit of work to be done,
Mhm.
but overall, it seems like it's going to be pretty good. For its first day, it seems pretty nice. The movement seems different. Fucking servers are buggy. Fix that shit. But other than that, yeah, mechanics seem like pretty well. They added heaps of extra recoil, which I'm not too sure about. Like, if you have a gunfight at any type of range, it's so fucking hard now.
Mm.
It's also good at the same time because you're just not getting fucking beamed every
Yeah, I was about to
everywhere.
say, like, it's one of those things, like, you would be fucking, you know, you fucking drop in before, or like, not so much drop in, you do respawn, for instance. Respawn kind of like a little bit away from your mate,
Yeah.
fucking drop in, sort of start making your way across a little bit of an open plain, you just get beamed from an impossible distance by some
Yeah.
kind with an auto rifle.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not realistic. That shouldn't be able to fucking happen.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping that kind of puts a stop to it now. And you also can't like slide cancel, so you don't have people like fucking bunny hopping all across the map and
Yeah.
shit. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be okay. They need to fix their servers a little bit, like I was explaining before we started.
Mhm.
It seemed like a bit jumpy, but like it's the first day. They're doing, I don't know. It's pretty rare that I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, COD, but they're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
They've changed like everything though. Like the battle pass system's all different. It like goes in stages now.
Okay.
Instead of just like working your way like through the 100 levels, now it's like, you know, it's like, I don't know how to explain it properly. But it's like, yeah, you work your way through this stage. You've got to unlock 4 things to get the main part. Then you go to like a next little system, unlock 4 things to get the main part. So it's like kind of different in that sense. But
Yeah, that just sounds ultra confusing.
yeah, it makes more sense when you're looking at
Does
it.
it add to more like are they trying to achieve more versatility out of builds and stuff like that?
I don't think so because it's just like full builds that you unlock. But I feel like it's just like a better reward system for the player. Like,
Okay.
oh, I've done that, so now I get this instead of just working your way through 100 levels.
Right, kind
But
of.
I feel like it works in that sense.
Yeah, well, I did sort of. Well, yeah, once again, I understand that sentiment in the sense of like it was, you know, you sort of be looking at the battle pass and like, oh, there's something I want sort of in 10 places kind of thing, but
Yeah.
those other 9 spots are just like a skin or a fucking a track for a, you know,
Yeah.
one of the vehicles or something like that. It's
So
like
dumb, bro.
I don't want to work towards this.
Yeah.
So if it's, you know, actually like worthwhile progress.
It seems like it. The gun system's weird. So to unlock certain guns, you've got to level certain guns up, and it seems real
That's
weird.
strange.
And attachments are like, they kind of go across guns. So like, you've got to level this gun up to get a suppressor for an assault rifle.
I don't like that
I don't
because
like it
it's like a.
It's a
I
way
don't
to
know,
make people
people-
buy multiplayer.
Well, it's more to the point. People play a game like Call of Duty because they know what they like.
Yeah.
And then even if, for instance, the meta changes, they can sort of get used to that. But there is always sort of like a prevailing thing that is better than everything else. But it seems like with that approach that they're trying to just sort of force everybody into like, no, like here's all the guns that we've made, so you now have to use them all.
Make people get used to everything that's actually on the game.
Well, not even
you'd have people that have been playing like the game since the first one come out.
Yeah.
And like since then, they've just would have adapted to whatever guns they like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it comes out, they just fucking boom, we'll get them guns and then just smash everybody with them.
Yeah. Now
Whereas-
you've got to fucking do up like a LMG to get like the assault rifles leveled up. It's like I don't know. It's a good system, but it's a bad system.
Yeah, especially if it's someone who only plays Warzone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you're like not a
Like,
multiplayer player,
It's a
you kinda
terrible
struggle
system
at
for
the
someone
moment.
like me.
Yeah. Well, I didn't play multiplayer at all.
Yeah.
So like I'm going into the game with like no loadouts whatsoever. I've got an M4 with I can't do up yet. It's just such a weird system. Obviously,
Yeah,
it'll
that's
probably
very strange.
once like I figure it out, it'll probably be a bit easier. I only played like 3 games or something today.
Mhm.
Yeah, seems pretty good though.
Okay, yeah, we'll give it a bit of time. Maybe
Yeah.
have an update like next week or the week after.
Yeah.
There we go.
Give me-
Considering.
next week, I'll come back and I'll give you like a proper Griff review.
Well, we might have some
Design.
gaming related guests. So,
Yeah.
Good
Yeah. I'm
potential.
gonna definitely work towards that.
but speaking of war zones,
Ooh.
did you boys hear that the Ukrainian military dropped a missile in Poland, then tried to blame it on Russia?
I mean,
Why not blame Russia?
it's a smart move.
It is a smart move.
Like Russia's already like people already like side eyeing them kind of thing, and then Russia did that. Like, I feel like nukes have probably got like missiles and everything. Like they probably tell where they come from.
Yeah.
And then like, that wasn't us. Pretty sure it was.
Says Ukraine on it.
Yeah.
Russia wrote that
That's-
to make you think it was
yeah.
us.
That's Russian handwriting.
Yeah. When on the Ukraine, they probably like put like a little post-it note that just said from Russia
Yeah.
on it. Like this is from Russia. And they're like, behind the little post-it note is just like Ukraine. Like,
The big flag.
yeah.
Just in the middle of it.
The whole missile's
And it's on
painted,
the-
the whole missile's painted yellow and blue. And
Yeah.
it's
It was
got a posted note
Yeah.
from Russia.
I was
On
about to
the
say,
yellow
and
part, though.
it's
I
like
see
a,
it.
a regular yellow post-it note. And they put it on the yellow part,
Yeah.
so you can't even really see it. You've got to like look
You've got to
hard.
be looking for it. Yeah. That's pretty fucking red hot though.
It's pretty fucking intense, and I mean, it also comes on the back of
I tell you, who else came on someone's back, Nettie?
I've done it. I've
I
done it
don't.
again.
RJ came on Kim's back.
I've fucking done it again. I can't believe it.
Yeah, no.
I've had this conversation with like 3 separate people about how I need to not say this fucking phrase.
You didn't even
come
say
back.
you didn't even say the phrase this time. You just went
It's
straight
close
into
enough.
someone having come on the back.
Come on.
Kim Kardashian got come on the back.
She sure did, Griff. She sure did.
What
Fuck
does it?
me.
What does it come on the back of though, Ned?
Oh god, I'm just gonna move on. like I should have. I should have just stopped talking before. I now have to try and find. Actually, no. I think I vaguely remember it. I wanted to
Get
try
out.
something.
Kim Kardashian's back.
Shout out. I wanted to try something a little bit different for the show today. A little bit of a hypothetical question to start us off. And it sort of ties into the theme that we're going to be talking about in the main part of the show today. Would you guys rather spend a week alone in a forest or one night alone in a haunted house? Like a real fucked up haunted house.
I'm gonna take it here for him. I'm gonna do both, but what do I want to do more? Probably just spend a week alone in the forest because I really feel like I need that time right now. I really feel like I need that right now.
I could do the week alone in the forest.
I could do a week alone in the forest. I've already done the night in the super haunted house. I've done
We'll get into
6 years in it, so I mean, it's no biggie for me. But yeah, I'm gonna take the forest because I really feel like I need that.
Yeah, I don't know, ghosts and shit. I don't know. I'd go spend a week in the bush camping. It's fucking sounds about go for me. I get up every day, go lizard catching, do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with like a week in the bush, really. I mean, I'm gonna need some mushrooms for my week. Is that in the deal?
Oh yeah, I'm sure you'd be able to find them.
I don't want to do that.
Hmm.
Like I want some to take with me, so I don't like I can be on them while I look for them.
That
You
makes
just
sense.
never find them.
What about you?
To be honest, I think I'd just go with the one night, just because efficiency. I don't really want to spend a whole fucking week in the forest.
Sure.
I've got a whole lot of editing to do. I have more responsibilities since there was some dynamic shifts over the past couple of weeks.
And I mean, we've seen
Franklin is back.
what happens when you leave the room and are alone.
Yeah, we have.
Not good for anyone. So yeah, probably don't go spend a week in the bush.
Oh, hide your kids.
Lock them up.
Alrighty, but that sort of leads us into the overarching subject that we're going to try and talk about today: paranormal experiences.
I can take it away with one right now.
Yeah, well, let's just let's start with the fucking obvious one.
Well, I was thinking about it the other day when we come up with this topic.
Yep.
The house that I was like born in, like not born, I was born in a hospital, but like the house that I went to first was like real heavily haunted. So I feel like I got kind of like used to them maybe
Right.
to some extent because I was never like too concerned about that fucking thing at that house back there. So that house near Dad's house that I lived in,
Yeah.
that thing had I can't remember the exact name. I looked into it. It was like essentially like a shadow person, which is like bad. Like they're fucking not good.
And it's like not everyone is like capable of seeing these things. It's like,
yeah,
and more to
real
the point, they're
selective.
not capable of attaching to just anyone. It's like you sort of have to be at a certain level of, I don't know, what would you say?
But they latch onto like depression and anxiety and
Yeah.
fear. I didn't have any fear of it. But I was like real depressed and fucking anxious at the time. Like it was like fucking real bad part of my life. Yeah, this thing like fucking latched onto me apparently. It was like started off pretty simple. Like you'd just like walk into a different room and like the lights would all be off or all be on and shit. And you'd be like, I was out here 30 seconds ago and I know I turned them all on. But like gets to the point where it starts to try and make you feel like a crazy person. But I just got to the point where I was like pretty high most of the time anyway. I was like, meh, I can just turn the cunts back on.
Fuck, maybe I did turn them.
Yeah. You'd just be like in your room in bed and like the blinds and shit would all just like start moving. Like windows closed, blinds would just start like moving and shit. My cat would just like go sit at the end of the hallway and just stare into my room like for hours, man. It was like real fucking weird. So to go from like my lounge room into like where my games room was like you pretty much just go up a hallway and do a U-turn.
Yeah.
I was coming out of my games room once to go into the lounge room, and this thing was like, I don't know, 7 foot. Yeah, like 7 foot tall, and like it's like a mass, like a black mass. It was like 3 times as wide as me, like
Is
7
this-
foot tall.
This was
Huge.
after.
No, this was when I first seen it. So this was
No, it was after I did.
no before you seen it. It was
Maybe
like-
it happened twice then.
Because yeah, I like walked out of my games room, my head down, like typing on my phone, and like yeah, this thing was just in front of me. Hey, like this black mass. We just like kind of stood face to face with each other. It just went away. I just went about my business.
You ever seen the Harry Potter movies for him?
I've seen like the first one, and then
Do you- if I
they
say
all go for too long for me to sit down and watch them.
if I say to you what a Dementor is, do you know what that is?
like describe it.
It was
Because
like
I've
they
seen,
were in
like-
the third movie. It was like they're like essentially just imagine just a cloak with like a formless body underneath it. It's just like
Because
it's a
that's-
floating cloak essentially, but it's obviously got like an entity in it, but the entity is just a black mass.
Yeah, right. Because I've seen like bits and pieces of a few of them.
Yeah.
When I went away to Uluru when we stopped at the hotel, it was like
Mhm.
that whole 2 weeks. There was like fucking Harry Potters on all the fucking time,
Mhm.
and Sarah loves them, so we sat there and watched. I think there's one where there's like this big ass fucking horse fucking owl thing, and they go into like a forest.
Hmm.
It's like a horse and it's got like wings, but it's got like an owl's head on it.
What's the name of it?
It's a big white thing.
Fucking. It's a spell. It's the thing. He's right on the money because it's the thing that he's talking about is the spell that is used to get rid of the Dementors. It's a
because they run into the forest and there's one there and that big white thing like fucking squeals at it or something.
yes, and I can't remember what the name of the spell is. And like whoever somebody's gonna be watching this fucking just screaming at the fucking.
Whoever's watching, let us know because I haven't watched any of them, so I'm of no help.
Yeah, I read the books as a kid and fucking it'll I don't know, it'll come to me maybe, but yeah, that's well, we'll move on to the second part of the story here. Like the thing only, well, I don't know whether it allows you to see it or whether you're capable of seeing it, but once again, you never.
From my understanding of what I've read into they allow you to see them.
Okay, there you go.
They'll try like install some type of like fear or
Oh, it worked.
latch to other shit to you first. So like, yeah. So with me, it couldn't scare me. Like it figured that pretty fucking quick. So that probably leads to you, I'm guessing.
So we're sitting in that same games room one day. Obviously, like we've had a little bit of smoke kind of thing, but we've obviously smoked for fucking years, so it's not like I'm like tripping out or anything like that. And it wasn't, when you like move your head late at night or something like that and you see sort of something out of the corner of your eye and you're like, oh, sort of what was that?
Yeah.
Like, could have been a stray hair, could have just been like my eye playing tricks kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was looking, like, say I'm sitting here, Pat was sitting in that armchair and we're like on a lounge and the door is just behind his head. I'm looking at him talking to him and this thing moves into the doorway. Like it just appears, stands or floats there for a second and then just disappears. And I didn't know what it was. I just jumped up and said, there's someone in your house. There's someone in your house.
I remember it was so funny. This motherfucker was like mid-sentence, bro. And just like, the expression like someone looks like he's seen a ghost?
Yeah.
I never understood that expression until this fucking day. He just like stopped mid-sentence and just went fucking pale, man. And it's like someone's here. And I'm like, no, man, it's just us. And he's like, can you go like have a look around? We went and checked every room in the house, went and checked my brother's like room out the back. Nothing, man. Just literally nothing. And then, so you pretty much explained from there. Like,
I described what it was. No, we came back inside and you were like, wait, did it look like this? And explained exactly what I'd seen. And I was like, yeah, that's what it is.
That thing was like the epitome of evil. From everything that I spoke to a few people, like spiritual people about it. And they were like straight away like, no, you need to fucking cleanse your house. You need to do heaps of shit, but like be careful because if you don't cleanse it properly, that's going to make it angrier. Like you got to fucking figure this out and shit. But I was never too concerned about it. It did follow me to your house once.
Yeah.
So yeah, we drove from when my Nettie came and picked me up. We drove from my house to his house, pulled into his driveway in Thelma, and then there was just a fucking just in the driveway, just waiting for us to get out. Just fucked up in its own time.
So that's one of those things. It's like that's just a question I've sort of always had. It's like, did it come with you, or did it come home with me?
Oh,
because that sort of leads us into the
face off.
What could be called the conclusion of this epic saga.
Oh,
this shit gets real fucking weird, man.
It gets super fucked up, dude. It gets weirder than it already fucking is. Well, I think it came back with me because after that stage, it seemed to try attach to like other people in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it couldn't.
Like with your brother's sleep talking.
Yeah, my brother and Courtney's as well. Yeah, my brother and his wife's sleep talking got like real fucking weird as well around this stage, like mumbling like shit that would be like scary to listen to. You'd be like in that games room and like, which is right next to my brother's room, you'd just hear like them two having like full fucked up conversations. And it was like, scary. You'd ask my brother like asking questions about like getting certain things and fucking, we got them. Like, it's like, so fucking weird, dude. So fucking weird. But we ended up, there was an abandoned orphanage down in Goulburn.
Yeah.
So we ended up starting to go down there and doing photos and shit for a while. I think it was probably like the second time I went there or the third time I went there maybe.
I never went.
Probably good, man. That place was fucked up. We'll talk about that place more after.
Mm-hmm.
But there was just like all like the chairs and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
like sitting around. So I was like, oh fuck, I want to take it home. Still got it here. It's like just out there. But yeah. So I took it, had it in my games room and shit. And I'd say, how long do you reckon after I had it that that shit happened? Probably like 6 months.
Yeah, maybe even less.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because I moved from there out into the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say yeah, within 6 months, I was like walking past this room, just because my bedroom's right at the end of the hallway.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
walking past this room, and the whole room was just full of like, you could see the black thing in there, but the other half of the room was just full of like this. I can't remember if it was green or blue. But it was either, I think it might have been blue, like a blue fucking orb fighting the black one, bro. It was like legitimately like happening in front of me. I was watching it. Like, no. From that day onwards, man, never seen the other one ever again. Never seen like the blue one ever again either. But yeah, my brother's wife went and got like a reading done just before that shit happened. It was like after I had the chair and everything. You know, apparently like without mentioning me and my brother, they were like, oh yeah, you know, like your partner has like spirits around like the family and shit. And apparently one was like bad, one was good and shit. Yeah, I forgot to see like a fight and shit. Like a spirit fight. It was gangster. Like the prettiest thing you ever fucking seen in your life.
Yeah.
But yeah. Fucking the orphanage. That place was fucked up. I'm pretty like comfortable with most situations. Like if it feels creepy, you can kind of be like, okay, it's creepy, but like for a reason.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like a basement under this orphanage. You get halfway down the stairs of this fucking thing, and you just get like the overwhelming feeling of like, no, you got to get the fuck out now. You'd be like, oh, I don't want to go any further. It took me like being there like 3 times to get down in there, and I probably only went like 50 meters like down this tunnel thing, and I was like, fuck this, I'm getting out of here. Like, yeah, none of us, like, we had like my camera flashlights and shit.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
wouldn't even light like in front of us up. It was like that dark and shit, man. The place was scary, bro. Like go around and there was just be like paperwork on the ground. You like look at it and it's all like the children's paperwork and shit. Fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember walking through like the classrooms just everywhere.
Yeah,
There'd be like a door on one side of it, and it was like the old doors where it'd be like a door, then there's like a separate window above.
Oh, right, yeah.
Big ass room, and then a door with a separate window above on the other side. Usually a door on the left hand side. You'd get through one door, you'd full close it. It was like clipped close. You'd get to like the middle of the room, man, and fucking the window smashed out, and then the fucking door started like open and slam and shut and shit. The place was fucked up. Someone lit it on fire. It's probably a good thing, man.
Yeah, that's it. It did go burned down, didn't it?
Half. It's still half there,
No.
but they like fenced it off.
Probably worse.
But I reckon they should. Yeah, I reckon they should probably get rid of that place.
Yeah.
Something bad about that place, bro. Real fucking bad.
Well, dude.
Something good. Something good came out of it for me, I guess. But
We live in the most haunted area in the Southern Hemisphere.
yeah, well, Picton's
I was
like
speaking to your dad about this earlier today. You know the Imperial Hotel?
Picton.
The one that's across from the train station?
Yeah.
It used to be a tuberculosis hospital. There's a tunnel that goes under that pub to the train station.
That's fucked up.
It was used to transport people because tuberculosis was a highly contagious disease.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was used to transport them to the trains. Like that's like people drive over that every day. Thousands of people. Every single day.
Yeah, they went on
Like that kind of shit.
they went on some ghost tour thing, my parents.
Yeah, he was talking about how bullshit it was.
Yeah.
Only because like he was
He's like, they went to this house and they're like shining like the fucking light into the house.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that house is haunted. Dad's like, well, let's go in.
Yeah.
Like, no, we can't go in. Dad's like, aren't we on like a ghost tour? Like, let's go in.
Yeah.
And they're like,
As you would.
they're like, nah. And then like they done it to about like, they said about like the library in Picton's haunted or whatever. And Dad's like, well, let's go in there. They're like, no, we can't. Like, he's done it to about 5 places
Yeah.
or whatever. And then he's like, this is fucking bullshit. I'm going back to the pub. And
Yeah.
the fuck's come and took like half the ghost tour with him back to the pub. And then he gets to the pub and
This is
he's
the best part.
and he's sitting there at the fucking, like, sitting there talking to someone, like some random. He's like, oh, I've just been up here on this fucking ghost tour and they're fucking shining lights in houses and that won't let us go in. He goes, oh, fucking house up here near the library across the road. The lady goes, oh, yeah, is that like up next to this house? Dad goes, yeah, that's the one. She goes, I fucking live there. That's not haunted. Like, just fuck the whole
Yeah.
trip. Like,
Yeah.
but he's-
Fucking
I
hell.
think they were there for like my mum's work Christmas
Oh, that's
party or
right.
some shit. And he's just
It's
like took
shit on
half
it.
of them back to the pub. Like,
It's so fun because there actually is like legitimately fucking haunted places here. Like
Yeah.
that, I'm not sure whether it's
The mushroom tunnel's haunted.
the Mushroom Tunnel is, but I was going to say the golf club. If you've ever been down there,
The
my mum's
the old like shack fucking
The clubhouse?
type thing.
The clubhouse.
big white fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to have like the fucking
dude, that place.
stairwells and shit there.
My mum's 40th birthday was there, and me and a friend of the show, Matty Borks, shout out Borks,
Yeah,
we'll have you
Borks.
on soon, buddy.
The box.
We were sitting because there's obviously like a green there. It's like just outside. We were sitting there,
Yeah, that's the like green for them.
looking upstairs to the second floor.
Sequence teen off and shit.
All of these, like every single one of these fucking rooms upstairs are closed. Like the lights were all off, and there was like one like dim light kind of thing that was on in like the main corridor, but all of the other doors were like bolted off.
Just
and
one
shit
dim
like
light.
that.
You just see some guy in that room like going to town. You're like, what the fuck? What's the guy doing, bro? That guy's sussing.
Swimming up there?
Yeah. Guy's learning how to ski in his spare time. That's fucking nuts.
No, we were watching this blind.
Expecting visitors.
All of a sudden, this fucking blind like just like pulls back as if like someone is blatantly in there like looking at us, and then just like shuts closed, like as if someone would like peek out and then like fucking quickly close the blinds. We're like, what the fuck? So we like crept our way upstairs, and there was all just like a bunch of chairs and shit up there, all like stored and that. And then there was this table sort of in the middle of the room. We got a full Coke can and we put it in the middle of the table, and we just stood there for like a couple of minutes. We're like, oh yeah, right. If anything's gonna happen, it'll happen, kind of shit. Standing there, waiting around. Got bored. We're like, all right, we'll just go back down and have some more food or whatever. Turned our backs, put our foot on the first step, Coke can, boom, off the table,
Yeah.
just flying across the room. We're just like, gone. We're like 12. We're just like,
Yeah.
fuck this.
What's that other place in that big hospital? UV
UV.
hospital?
Yeah.
Apparently that's like real haunted.
Mm.
But it's like Picton, like the whole of Picton's just like super haunted apparently. I don't know about the Mushroom Tunnel. I don't think that's as haunted as people make it out to be. It's definitely like,
Oh, there's definitely worse places.
yeah, like you definitely get like an eerie feeling in there.
Dude, my first house was haunted as fuck. That was it's like if you're driving into Picton, like you've just gone past the BP, like 5 houses past, you know the one that's got the fucking Australian flag in the front yard?
Yeah.
We
yeah.
didn't put that up.
Nettie wants his slag back.
No, it's just tacky as fuck. Like just the way that it's just placed like right there in the middle of the front yard. It's like, why? Like you could just like have it anywhere else you wanted, but why do that?
Patriotic.
Keep it up, buddy. I'm Australia.
Anyway, I was kind of young, so I never really noticed anything, but I would always have fucking terrible nightmares as a kid, like constant fucking terrible nightmares. And mum would always just be like, yeah, everything's fine kind of thing. And then
Yeah.
I think it was not long after we moved into the house that she's in now when we finally sat down and spoke about it, because it was both of the houses that we were in. That Picton one, she was like, yeah, that one was fucked. Like, I used to see shit all the fucking time and all that kind of thing. And then I don't think either of you, I wasn't friends with either of you at that point in my life. So we had a house in Thelmy,
At the house, I spray painted the driveway.
that one apparently.
Does that mean you became like not enemies though? Which is
Yeah,
kind of
that's
cool.
so weird. Yeah, I can't even remember who it was. Anyway, that house was real fucking creepy too. It had like
Yeah.
there was a 4-bedroom house, and there was one, like me and Meg had 2 rooms at the end of like almost like a battle axe hallway kind of thing. And then you turned out of the hallway and turned left and went down there, and there was another room, and then mum and dad's room. And the room on the left had like all like baby like print and stuff like that, but it just always had the weirdest fucking vibe, man. Like you couldn't walk in there without just feeling like something's fucking
Them rooms.
near you kind of thing. The edge of the lounge
about-
always sat right near it, so you would fucking like feel shit brush against you all the time kind of thing. And then mum said she woke up one night with someone just standing over her. Just staring like right into her face.
Fuck that.
It's fucking crazy.
Fuck that. yeah, I never had that. Like waking up to that
Mm.
weird thing. Definitely just had it like try to confront me and shit. That's fucked up though. I don't know how I'd handle just waking up. Like, I do have like a little bit of sleep paralysis, like my worst.
Yeah.
It's just like you're awake. It's such a weird state. You're like semi awake. You can't. Your eyes are open, but you can't talk. You can't
Yeah,
move.
you can't move or
But you
anything.
just see the most fucked up shit, man.
I've never had it, but I've seen it happen
Well,
to
I-
someone. It's
It's
real scary.
Scary, man. Well, the thing that I was seeing when I had it was like, got it written down in my notes. I think it happened in 2011. I'll be able to pull it back up, but it's like
Mhm.
literally in my notes. And it was just that black figure with red eyes, like crazy ass red eyes. But I've got it written down somewhere.
Yeah, Amber described it
Fuck that
as
shit.
she was like laying down and like could only like sort of just like her head was like almost like a little bit propped up and she could just move her eyes.
Yeah.
And she said almost the same thing. Like it was like a black, like small figure
Yeah.
with red eyes, but it was at the end of the bed and then all of a sudden it just like crawled and just was on top of her.
Yeah.
Because she was like saying things and her eyes were open and I'm like shaking her trying to make her do things and then all of a sudden she like sort of like takes a breath, closes her eyes and opens them again real wide and then just fucking screamed.
Yeah. Fuck that
It
shit.
was like I hope I never experience it, man. It
It's
fucking
like-
seems
it's like
terrifying.
the most scary thing I've ever fucking dealt with. Like in like the spirit sense of things. Which you're just helpless, man. You can't.
I'm
do
not sure
fuck
what
all
it
either.
is. It's very debatable whether it's actually like spirit realm stuff or whether it's because it's like your mind is still awake but your
Yeah.
body's fallen asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just like you can't wake your body up kind of thing.
It's no fun.
Yeah.
It's for dang show.
I can imagine. But I don't know, I feel like we've been sort of fucking rambling on a little bit here. Have you got it?
Oh, fuck all, bro.
You got
really.
fuck all?
Yeah.
I know you've got that photo at home that's fucking creepy.
Oh, of me fucking. Oh, I got one. Me uncle. He was in a bike club. I won't say what one or anything, but like he
Mhm.
was very high up, and he passed away. And we were
BMX bikes.
yeah, something like that. And we were at home one day and going through like the Foxtel of what's like recorded on there, and Dad goes to me, "Do you record the news?" The fuck would I record the news for?
Yeah.
Like,
I remember
I'm not
this story,
recording the news. He goes, "Oh, all right." Goes to me, "Mum, did you record the news?" "No." Same as my brother. "No." "Oh, we'll just fucking put it on and see what's on there." Fucking put the TV, like put it on, start sitting there watching it, like fast forward through it. And it come up with like a thing about Rookwood Cemetery. And fucking like, oh, you know, the famous people are buried here, fucking these people are buried here, bikers are buried here, and like when they said bikers, they pan across and fucking there's my uncle's tombstone on the TV, but nobody put the fucking thing on record.
Dude, that's fucking nuts.
Mm.
But it's like, yeah, very, very fucking possible.
And like there's another photo we have at home of like my cousin, her mum's passed away. Photo was taken, like I'm not sure, I think it might have been like 12 months or something after she died.
Yeah.
And there's like the photo is her, like her daughter sitting there. I think she's like having a smoke or something at like the table out the back. And there's like, we have another picture of my auntie, like her mum, that was like, it was the one they used at her funeral. I'm pretty sure she had like a blue dress on. And like in the photo, you can see like my cousin sitting there and it looks like there's someone like behind her wearing the exact same blue dress with their hand on her shoulder.
Yeah, true.
It's like
Like,
I've seen
yeah.
this photo, man, and it's literally like you first look at it kind of thing. For instance, if you were to look at this photo online straight away, you would just be like, oh, this is just like a bad edit
Yeah.
kind of thing. And it's actually a physical photo. You look at it and it's just like, what the fuck? Like you can't explain it. It's just a transparent but obviously blatant.
And you see
fucking
the
thing.
photo of my auntie and you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, right.
That's
That's
fucking,
fucking-
It's
Yeah.
fucking spot on.
Yeah, cameras are like one source of picking that shit up.
Mm.
That's like pretty reliable. Like I've picked up orbs on my camera and shit before, just
Yeah.
in like the molting.
I was about to say, there's plenty of shit out there.
Yeah, and
Is
like
that place got demolished, didn't it?
no, I think it's still up. I think they are demolishing it though.
Right.
They might have already. I'm not too sure. I haven't been near there in a while.
Hmm.
But yeah, I remember like taking photos of that place and like zooming right in on photos, like seeing like just one orb in a photo and being like, huh. Zooming in on it, and it's just like a fucking full evil face and shit. Remember like the
Oh,
you would
yeah,
have
I
seen some of
do.
them, and it's just like yeah, one orb near us all, like in between like the group of people that were there, just like full angry looking. You're like, oh fuck, and you're like,
hell.
Like you go to like a different photo and there's just like 18 orbs all around us. Like, and generally like, yeah, you can zoom in on like, if you got a good enough camera and you can zoom in close, zoom in on orbs and you'll see shit in them. They're scary to zoom in on. Generally faces, and you can like tell like, oh, that one was evil as fuck. That one was like okay, or
Yeah, yeah.
you can tell a lot about that zooming in on orbs and shit.
It's
And you also
weird.
just get other weird orbs as well.
It's weird how some stuff ends up being like malevolent, and then other stuff just sort of like fucks with you.
Yeah, well, some.
Did you experience shit at Country Valley?
I felt it, but it never. I think I was beyond the point of being fucked with it by then.
Right.
Like I dealt with that.
But that was
fucking-
literally all that was. It was literally just like fucking with you.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I was-
Like I definitely went up to that top room just on my own. It would have been early morning, doing like real early morning. Yeah, and it just like made me know it was there essentially.
Yeah.
Just like cruised around me.
Yeah, well, when I was on like my first night shift by myself in that cool room, I had the door open.
Yeah,
And like, you know what the cool room door was like out to the dock, how it had all
Yeah,
those
yeah.
blinds and shit. All the blinds came up as if somebody had like walked through it with a full pallet on the fucking forklift. Like they just boost. I was just like, sick. That's fucking great. I definitely would have like sprinted out of there. What's his name? Who was the dude? Pasteurizer. Greg.
yeah.
He was cool.
Yeah, he was pretty chill.
Yeah, then like I went out and fucking told him about it. I was like, man, you fucking like, you ever see this shit? He's like, oh, literally every day.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm just so past the point of caring about it now.
yeah. Well, some of them just don't have bad intentions.
Yeah, that's it. Some of them are just like trying to make their presence known.
Yeah, yeah. Well, some of them get frustrated. Like, say if you keep moving something and it just keeps on ending up back somewhere in one spot, just fucking leave it there. Whoever's listening, just leave it there because you're just fucking annoying them.
Mm.
And it's just like to the point where like they don't have anything. And it's like they're probably, from my understanding, you're living in what they still think's their house.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get to like an understanding of like, who is this motherfucker and why does he keep moving all my shit?
Yeah.
And what is all this shit? It's not mine.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's frustrating because it might just be one thing that they're attached to. Like, say if your house is like, you know, has a child's like spirit attached to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have a kid, it's gonna get like super attached to like one of them kids' toys or that kid.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, but usually like one of the kids' toys, and it's just gonna take that to where it feels comfortable.
Mm.
So it's like, yeah, it's interesting in that sense. They're fucking the ones that are like bad though. Like the one that we seen was like pretty fucking bad, but I feel like it's because like it had nothing else to feed off.
Yeah.
Like if we showed it fear and shit, it would have been like, okay, now it's like game over. Yeah, it just never had anything else to feed off. I think it was a bitch anyway. But once someone knows where I live. Fucking pussy ass spirit. Good for you. No, I'm not. Fuck that spirit.
Ah,
Shit's
fuck
weak.
no.
I've had harder toast than that spirit, Nettie. Well, I'm trying to think of
Oh,
like what other
Jesus.
shit around Picton's haunted. I'm surprised the school's not haunted.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like I spent nights there when we were doing entertainment stuff,
Yeah.
and yeah, nothing scary ever really happened there.
I'm guessing it probably wasn't around either back when like all the other crazy shit was happening. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like it's not really like a
It had been there for a while, but yeah, not that long.
yeah, like the old buildings that like you would be like, yeah, right, this place is haunted. Like that QV hospital, like
Mm.
fucking hundreds of years old or whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck on that place.
Fucking rooms and shit everywhere in that fucking thing too.
Have you
I've
been
heard-
there?
Huh?
Have you been there?
I've driven up there.
Mm.
I haven't been inside it, but like when you drive up there, you're looking around. It's just like
Yeah.
fucking like can't still stay there and shit. Like
In the
it's
old
still-
building?
I'm pretty sure it's
There's
there's
like
the
the-
old building up the back of it,
Yeah.
Mm.
and then like down to the front, there's like that newer one, and people are still there. So
Right.
Well,
them
the,
cunts had experienced some fucking shit already.
Oh, 100%.
yeah, the old ones, they apparently like the bad bit. I don't think you can stay in the old one anymore, and it's like security that patrol it pretty hard. So
Because we drove up, just like up into the car park, and then like looped back down, like
Yeah.
looped and come back down, and
Mhm.
back out the driveway, and you can see all the old building and shit up there. But like, I didn't go into it or anything. But
yeah,
like, I know that new building still gets used, so I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like fuck, like them cunts probably get fucked on too. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, we should go get a room at that new building.
Because I'm pretty sure it's not just like a retirement home. It's like a retirement home for like
sick people and shit.
people
Yeah.
with like Alzheimer's and dementia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's like an extra level of fuck. You're already seeing shit.
Yeah, then crazy shit's happening or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, like
Then can you imagine
I don't
that?
think I've ever seen anything.
That'd be even worse for the
haven't.
nurses. Because you can imagine trying to determine between like, is this cunt just being crazy or like, did he actually fucking see something?
Yeah. Is he actually seeing what he's talking about?
Holy shit.
Like the house I'm in now sounds like when you lay down in bed and there's no cunt up, it sounds like some cunt's like out walking around a lounge room and shit. Like you feel like he like, doo, doo, doo. Like that's what it sounds like because we've got floorboards.
Yeah.
You just hear like, and then it just stops.
Oh.
And you just hear it again. Sarah's like, what's that? I just feel like saying sometimes, oh, if you hear, turn the light on. But she'd be like, don't you say that.
They probably fucking will, man. They probably would just literally like,
Like just turn, but like the light sometimes turns on in the bedroom.
By
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah, because it's one like
there you go.
it's got the fan.
Hmm.
Like and the fan's like got the remote,
Yeah.
and you just have the remote over there, and like, but like the light will be off. You just wake up in the morning, the light's on. It's like what the fuck? Like
That's how it started at that house in Tullamore.
Mm.
Started the same thing. You just go into a room, the light would be on, and you'd be like, that was off. 100% that was off. And then, like, yeah, it'd be to the point where, like, mum would be like, why do you keep fucking turning this light off? I'd be like, not me. Fucking make sure I turn it, like, make sure I leave it on every time. For a point, I make a mental note when I walk past it, you're on. I walk into the next room for 5 minutes, come back, it's off. Yeah. And then you just, like, yeah, hear the blinds, hear other shit, and just, like, yeah, started showing itself after a while.
Oh, fuck. It's just started to remind me of fucking Matt's house.
Yeah, Matt's house was just fucking.
Oh, dude, do you remember the time we were like on a certain substance? Do you remember that day? Me, you, Matt, and Shannon, we were. Where did we go? We went to the pub. We were at Tullamore pub because Matt had to go to dinner with his mum.
Was Pumbaa there?
Probably. Yeah, he had to go to dinner with his mum, so we waited around while he did that. Then we all drove back to his place, and like we'd all felt shit there before, and like which other stuff, which I'll quickly get into. But I remember we all walked into the house and all had the unanimous feeling of like we can't be here.
Yeah.
This is bad. We need to leave.
Oh, speaking of that feeling, Thelmere Lakes, bro.
Mm.
Thelmere Lakes has that feeling. You don't want to go in that fucking place at night time. If you ever get that feeling, listen, because you're getting that feeling for a fucking reason.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really interesting to have one at some point. My little friend Taylor, she's like, apparently, last thing I saw, she was like studying, like, being a psychic or whatever.
Okay.
She might be, yeah, she's had some experiences and shit though. Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
She might be cool to have on,
Yeah, that would be cool.
especially if she can do readings. She might just be like, these are all fucked.
Just walks in and just leaves.
Yeah.
Just like,
No,
okay.
I mean,
But yeah, that house was fucking creepy, man. Like there was a door that was just locked the whole time they were there. Matt asked his dad one day, like, "Oh, what's in that door?" He's like, "I don't know." He's like, "Have you got a key for it?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, "You gonna open it?" He's like, "Yeah." Why
That's
not? He's
cool.
like, "I just don't think that's a good idea." And then there was the whole. We were in the city one night. And Jeff woke up, was Matt's dad, and said he saw one of us at the end of the bed. I can't remember who he said he saw. But he said, like, he blatantly saw one of us, like, whether it was me, Matt, or, like, Kane, who were frequently there at that point in time.
crypt wheel.
And he, like, yeah, and then he woke up, sort of, like, blew it off as in, like, oh, you know, like, whatever, like, why are you in my room kind of thing. And woke up in the morning and realized that we had all been in the city all night, and he was fucking alone in the house.
That's even the worst kind, the ones that can like shape shift.
Mm.
Like that.
Yeah, that's some creepy shit.
They're like skin crawlers, whatever they're called. Skinwalkers. You ever heard about Skinwalker Ranch?
Man, those things are creepy. They show up on TikTok all the time and shit like that. You know what they are.
I seen a video share
No, the whole-
once. I just started laughing. I didn't understand.
There's
It's
like
like these things, and I'm like, well, what? Like,
There's a whole ranch in America somewhere, and it's like the most paranormal activity happens in that place anywhere. But it's like, yeah, they've had like a bunch of different owners through it and shit. Yeah, it's like, yeah, apparently that they like frequent that place. That's why they renamed it to Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah. Even the name gives me like
Oh yeah,
fucking,
fuck
like
that.
Like I
Right.
think because I've never like actually seen anything. When I see something like that on video, I'm just like,
they're like,
what do you like?
I don't know
That
what it
thing's meant to
is.
be fucking real.
Yeah.
It's a-
Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Because I've never had like an experience like where I've seen anything.
Anything that I've
Like-
seen a few, and it's never looks anything creepy. It's always like human form of some kind.
Yeah, it's like
Like
they
even-
like mimic humans essentially.
Even our one was like, well, it's essentially they were humans.
Yeah.
There's
It's just
there's
like they're
a-
stuck in like a crossover.
I think a video I seen is like they're off like in the distance, like screaming, trying to scream for help or something to get
Yeah.
people to go and
Yeah,
help
yeah.
them, and then it like comes out, and I was like, Sarah's showing me, she's like, look at this, and I was just like, I was actually like laughing at it. I'm like,
yeah, I
like, what do you mean? Like,
I don't know about that one. See, like, because why would it try get you to come to it to get you there?
no,
They can
like
be
they
anywhere.
like off in the thing, so like you walk over towards where they are,
Yeah, and
like
they
to
get
get you by yourself, and then they come out at you.
Are they meant to be spirits or some kind of fucking creature?
I'm not sure because they're looked at as something different in like American Indian culture.
Yeah, like I have.
Wendigo.
Well, they won't
or
even say
something.
the name of them or whatever. So you're
Yeah,
like,
which I just did. Great.
yeah, you don't
It's one of those things.
you
It's
don't do
like
that, but
I think.
this guy.
Well, I think they probably maybe they do exist in like our culture, somewhat kind of thing. But it is like a
Yeah.
major cultural point over there.
Yeah.
Once again, you
yeah.
see all that stuff kind of pop up on TikTok of like people talking about like, oh, if you hear this sound in the forest, like
Yeah.
get the fuck out.
Well, yeah, in my head, it can't be spiritual then. Because, like, a spirit can just be with you when it, like, that spirit followed us from
Yeah.
my house and then drove 5K with us.
Yeah.
And then was just there before us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, no, here I am. Like, so, yeah. There must be some, because there is, like, other shit like that. Like, fucking, what do you call them? Fucking old fucking tales of, like, different fucking creatures and
Myths and
myth,
legends
yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
I love reading into that shit, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Like Nessie. Fucking love Nessie, bro. Loch Ness Monster. Fuck yeah, bro. Like if you owned a Nessie, bro, you'd just build him out damn feeder. Dude, he's mad shit with Nessie. What would you feed Nessie though, do you reckon?
I don't know.
Crocodiles?
Maybe.
Bigfoot's real as well. Ask Tom DeLong. He'll let you know.
Ask who?
Tom DeLong. Blink 182, I was thinking.
Oh yeah, he's back in Blink 182 now.
Yeah, for that thing. Dude, tickets are so expensive for that shit.
No, that's fucking bullshit. Eh?
Like $800 for a ticket.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
What?
To see a bunch of fucking old dudes. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
To see like isn't only a 3-piece? It's like Travis,
Yeah, it's Travis,
and
Tom, and Adam.
yeah, fucking pay that much money to see them.
Mm.
They're on the Simple Plan retirement tour.
Oh,
They've been
right.
listening to the pod.
Mhm.
Shout out the boys. Really, just dedicate a song to us on your tour, little bitches. Shout out Travis for actually getting on a plane and coming to Australia though. That's mad.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause
it's nice
he
that
didn't
you
want to
managed
do
to do
that
it
for
this
ages
time.
though.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, fuck, I wouldn't either. Plane crash and shit.
yeah.
Did the story you spoke about on good friend of the podcast, Joe Rogan, that podcast about his plane crash and shit. Fucking next level.
Oh yeah, that was fucking intense.
All his
eh?
skin grafts and shit, and like the anesthetic not working because of all like the drugs. And
Yep.
fucked up. It's fucking wild.
Mm.
That is wild.
Alrighty.
We do have Instagram, TikTok. Soon to be a Twitter. I'm gonna make one soon, I reckon.
Yeah, we should make
It's
it
good
Twitter,
just to chuck shit up on there. YouTube,
obviously.
whatever shit you listen to, and I don't even fucking care about this outro anymore. To be fair,
All Eggplant Tornado
Twitter's a good
podcast,
place
wherever
to
you
start
want to look.
throwing shade at cunts in the
yeah,
comments.
bro,
dude.
yeah.
That's
Cunts
not
will
bad.
pay attention on Twitter
Like
too, bro.
everywhere, bro. Like all the famous people pay attention to it.
Bro, on one of my old Twitter's accounts, I've shit talked Twitter people before. Just like, that's never get seen, and then just like, yeah, you'll see them just like, oh. yeah, what? Dude, it's the best.
We're coming for you, Jeff.
Jeff Horn. Bulk up, boy. I'm coming for you. I post them down. I'm getting down. Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah.
Coming for your tits.
Coming for you.
Gonna murder both them bad boys.
Alrighty.
Hit him with the hornet stinger.
Yeah. Hit him with my stinger.
That's fucking, yeah. About all we got time for, eh?
It is.
A little bit of a short one today. But we're back at it for a Thursday.
We are.
We are. Catch you next time.
possessed universe.